Hi, this is Gina with Creative Geniuses. I'm going to introduce you to step 1, inspire. We want to inspire you. So if you're a beginner or a preschooler just starting out, you can take a glow stick to draw lines in the air. This exercise prepares your mind, your eyes, and arm for today's art masterpiece. Practicing hand-eye coordination strengthens an artist's ability to control and apply techniques while making art. Draw lines in the air, different ones, some that are long, some that are short. Go fast, go slow. Try up and down, side to side or diagonal. Create zigzag lines, which are similar to the letter Z. A zigzag line goes back and forth from left to right. If you're at an intermediate level, take a look at the Art Start worksheet that we provided. Examine the lines. What do you see? What does it look like? Using a pencil and/or coloring tools like colored pencils or crayons, transform the lines into something using your imagination. If you're an advanced level or want more of a challenge, try drawing a series of tree branches. Play and experiment to create a wide variety of variations. Step 2, let's connect to some artwork. There is a pattern found in nature in many places. It's called a fractal pattern. It is a complex, repeating series of lines. What can you think of that has this pattern? Trees, the human body, and lightning in the sky all have this pattern. We are going to use this pattern as an inspiration to create our own art masterpiece today in a project called Lightning Storm. How would you describe this pattern if you were talking to a friend and they couldn't see it? I went to an art show several years ago and I met Tim Schuett. He's an artist out of Iowa that sells his work at many art shows throughout the state. He has his own business where he creates these patterns on woods to make all kinds of cool things. He's a local artist to me. That means that he lives in Iowa with me. Tim sends electricity through wood to create these beautiful fractal patterns. Sometimes he adds color to intensify his artworks. Tim is an adult with a special workshop and special equipment to keep his process safe. This kind of art should only be done by a trained adult in a special workshop. If you're curious about this kind of work, there are safe ways for kids and beginners. We will learn today safely how to work like this in today's art lesson. We're going to be using chalk, pastels, and paint to create fractal patterns in our art masterpiece. So I'm going to start with a dark sheet of paper. I chose black. You can also use purples or navy blues or grays. That's up to you. Anything that you think would look good for a stormy sky. But I have black here. Here's my chalk pastels that you can get at the art store or on Amazon. They're a little bit like sidewalk chalk, but they're going to be really bright on your paper, a brighter color than a sidewalk chalk would be. And they're also softer. They're going to be getting on your fingers as you work. And that's why I'm going to keep a wet little towel here just to clean along the way. If you can use a baby wipe or a wet paper towel or a napkin, that makes it a lot easier. We're going to use our chalk pastels a lot like you would do sidewalk chalk. You can just hold it normally, and you see some of the edges are like kind of crisp and some are maybe more worn out. And you can use the sides to draw in different ways, like if you wanted to do a line, you can do a crisp line, or if you turn it, it goes like that. You can also use the softer sides to get bigger areas. So you can draw like it with normal sidewalk chalk, or you can take your finger and blend it. That's where the dirty fingers come in. If you were to take two colors next to each other, you can blend those two colors to make one new color, or you could just blend them next to each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to color the whole entire page. Using the side of the chalk. I want it to look kind of hazy, dark and stormy, but with some colors in the sky. I take my fingers. You can use your whole hand if you really want, but I'm going to use the tip of my fingers. You can go round and round. Ooh, That's kind of like a cloudy effect. You can go back and forth, and it gives it more like if the wind was blowing in this direction, or maybe the rain was falling in this direction. But the way you move your hand is gonna affect how the direction looks, or if it's cloudy. Let's see, I have kind of a gray here. And I'm using the side of the chalk to cover more area at once. I have this red here. I was gonna see if I can make a new color, and then I have some of this blue. Can mix that to make a new color. Or I wanna do this. Instead of making a new color, I just blended them kind of next to each other, so they kind of fade one color into another. Another way to cover the page is if you want to do little dots to cover the page. I might go like that for a different kind of effect. Or you can also scratch into, it's called sgraffito. If you wanted to scratch into the chalks, that's another way to work with it, which is pretty fun. Okay, so once you cover your dark paper here, I think I'm pretty happy with all these color bursts. It looks kind of misty and cloudy. I like that. You're gonna take a paintbrush and we're gonna make some lightning. Now, if you're a beginner, you can make lines that come up from the top and go back and forth and back and forth, and that's called a zigzag line. Those are pretty easy. Takes back and forth and back and forth, and I'm gonna do some big ones, some little ones, just to add some variety, okay? Or a fractal pattern is a little more looser than a zigzag, and that's gonna come like a tree branch down this way. And I'm gonna add some variety, some long, some short. Maybe a really big one. And it's like a tree branch. This one's gonna kind of fade down like that. All right, so I'm gonna do my lightning. And then at the bottom, if you wanna add any little details like a tree or, I don't know, a house, this might be a good little spot right in here. Ooh, could be like a haunted house or just a beautiful summer storm. Okay. After your project, what's next? Here's a little art trick. To keep your chalk art from smudging and smearing, spray with some hairspray to fix the colors. The art stores have a special fix spray, but hairspray works to keep everything in place. Here's a few more ideas if you want to do something more. Make another piece of art using a fractal pattern. Or find a local artist in your area by talking to friends, family, or just keeping an eye out on the news or searching online. Kids with adults, please. And check out your local galleries. They might also be a great place to find local artists. Find out about their work, such as how they made it, and try one for yourself in a similar way, or perhaps by using the same subject matter, like if they made food or animals, etc. Try that. Lastly, share your artwork. Share to our Facebook page or email gina@wearecreativegeniuses.com. Check out our website, www.wearecreativegeniuses.com, to see what other programs and art projects we have to offer. Hope you had fun today. Thanks. Bye.